Hello photography fans, it's Martin from All About Street Photography channel, and today I would like to talk about one particular lens, the Leica Summilux 50mm Aspherical. I'm going to take a look at why is this lens so unique as well as my experience with it. So let's get started. So this is the Leica Summilux. It is a 50mm f1.4 aspherical prime lens designed for the Leica M system. The lens is in the black anodized finish, and you can also get it in silver, which is a little heavier, or the limited black chrome edition, which is made of solid brass and has the 1959 design. I went for the black one because it is the one that looks best in my opinion, and it nicely complements my silver Leica body. It also looks great paired with the black body, but as I said in my video about M240, I kind of feel like nowadays everybody has a phone or camera. Gone are the days when you could say, I'm getting the black one because it is stealthier. Whenever you bring your hand holding something to your face, everyone will assume you are taking pictures. But with the retro look of the silver M body, most people will just think you are a hipster with a film camera, or you are just playing around. So that way I actually think you are stealthier than with the black version. Also, a lot of cameras are black nowadays, so I feel like it is nice to have something different. The Summilux is Leica's second fastest lens type after D-Lux. Now, how is this different from a normal 50mm Summilux? The lens features one spherical element to reduce spherical aberrations, which very simply is the deviation of the lens representation from the reality. As the light passes through the air and glass and so on, we run into refraction problems. Spherical lenses help to minimize spherical aberrations and other optical problems, which is actually not my definition, but something I have found on Wikipedia and here on YouTube. If you want to find out more, I will leave the links in the description. The lens is actually pretty heavy, not that it would be heavy for the general 50mm lens, but because it is actually one of the smallest lenses, for the size you would actually expect it to be lighter. If you don't know what I mean, you can try it next time when you visit the Leica store to hold the lens in your hand. The focusing is pretty smooth and it's actually quite enjoyable. Unlike with the black chrome version, this one comes with a finger support, which I actually use a lot. The aperture ring moves in half stops and you will hear the click every time you turn it from stop to stop. I don't really mind this. The only instance I could think of when this could be a problem would be a video if you actually want to use this lens for the video and change the aperture during the filming. As I already said, the lens is pretty small and I find it just perfect when attached to the M body. The lens comes with a built-in hood which you pull and twist to lock, which is great because if you want to use a hood, it is always here with you. The lens is pretty sharp at 1.4 and it can go all the way up to f16. It's gonna go to f22 or 32, which is probably pretty obvious for those who know the Leica lenses, but I was actually asked once about that, so I thought it would be worth mentioning. The lens comes with this kind of leather looking bag, which I'm not sure if that is actually leather or not. It is a nice thing to have if you have more lenses and want to store them. I have only one, so I don't have too much use for it. I actually always have the lens on the camera, and when the camera is not on my body, I use this pouch from eBay which can hold the camera together with the lens, so I don't have to bother taking off or putting the lens on the camera. Some people asked me why I picked the 50mm as my only lens. When we take a look at how the lenses work, you can see this if you have a zoom lens or a pair of different lenses. Every focal length compresses the space a little differently. Basically, the bigger the zoom, the bigger the compression. The 50mm is supposed to be the closest possible to the ratio of the compression human eyes see. I don't mean the angle that I believe would be like 28mm or something. Thorsten Overgaard has posted a great video about it, so feel free to check it out if you want to find out more about this. But it's not actually that important. I found out about it only after I bought it. So as I wanted to shoot mostly street photography, I wanted to pick either 35mm or 50mm because that's what great masters used, right? Actually, you don't really need lenses that are fast for street photography since you end up shooting f8 anyways. But having just one lens, I think it is very useful to have a fast lens. Plus, you can also use it to isolate your subjects if you need to or for low light photography. In the end, I found the great deals on both and picked one that I like more design-wise. I can appreciate the design, and I think when you spend so much time or when you want to spend so much time with your device, in this case a camera, I think it is important to like it. The best camera, in my opinion, is the one you enjoy shooting with, and that makes you end up shooting more and bringing the camera more with you. You can have a big expensive camera with huge lenses, but if it cannot be with you every day, then there is no way you're going to shoot with it as often as with something that is much smaller. Not to say this lens or camera system is cheap at all. You pay for design. It is made in Germany and they do not produce large amounts of them. Leica is a premium company, and with that also comes a premium price tag. You can find a new one for $400,000 and a used one for around $2,500. The black one is also going to be a little bit cheaper than the silver one for some reason. Now, don't get me wrong, you can shoot awesome photographs with cheap cameras or even with your phone. You definitely do not need a Leica for that. On the other hand, to have tools that you like and you enjoy working with makes you, in my opinion, a little more committed to the things that you decided to do. Let me know what you think in the comments below. So overall, the lens feels very solid. The build quality is pretty good, and it is, in my opinion, one of the nicest Leica lenses, not only design-wise, but also the size-wise. It fits perfectly to embody. If you have any questions, like or dislike the video and leave me your comment below. As for the future reviews, I plan to make posts either here on YouTube or in my Instagram stories before I do the reviews, so you can ask me before that if you have any questions. That actually makes more sense. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.